So Sony, of course, continues to look forward to their Marvel Spider-Man universe, which is ever expanding. And if you've been craving some news, let's talk about Kraven the Hunter. So as some of you might recall, Sony has been trying to get a Kraven anything off the ground for the better part of the last 10 years. They've been trying, but it just has not happened. There, of course, has been some setup that you could use in the MCU to introduce the character, and we know that the upcoming Morbius film is in fact going to have Kraven's bakery in it and Silver Sable's hair salon. But now a brand new report, which you guys can find linked down below, which is of course being picked up by multiple big websites, is claiming that Kraven does have a future. Now, comicbook.com is also reporting, according to them, which they elaborate on the report, that Kraven the Hunter, a Spider-Man spin-off movie, is beginning to cast. And there's a casting description out there that matches Kraven, so this is where everything is starting to kind of point towards a direction for Kraven. Now, honestly, you know, Sony, we know they've been writing a Kraven script for the better part of the last 3 years, so they more than likely want this to happen. Now, whether this is going to be handled kind of in a weird way like Morbius and Venom, where it's kind of in the MCU, kind of its own thing, or does Kraven first appear in the upcoming Spider-Man 3 and then they do his origin separately to set up who the character was? That's the interesting approach here, which we know nothing about. But honestly, it kind of makes sense. Sony has to hang on to the Spider-Man license, and they know that there's a lot of demand for more comic book characters. Kraven is probably one of the most well-known Spider-Man villains, and he's a fan favorite. So if you can get the character out there, get it in front of people, specifically if it's going to be the same version that's set within the MCU, that gets more eyes on it. Just like the Morbius trailer, when that dropped, there was a lot of people talking about it being part of the MCU because, of course, the Vulture is in it. So again, yeah, the connective tissue is there, and I think they want to use this. Now, what happens with this, that's obviously remains to be seen, but as far as we know, Kraven is going to try again to get a solo film. Whether it happens or not, I guess we'll find out soon.